Hello, hope your weekend's unfolding nicely so far. Good to have you with us for this Sunday evening edition of Arirang News. I'm Daniel Choy. We begin in the political realm here in Korea. The main opposition party, they had a large vacuum in leadership, which has been left empty for some time. And today we are expected to hear an announcement that they do have a final candidate chosen to lead that party. It's either Mr. Moon Jae-in or Park Jie-won, who will be elected the chairman of the New Politics Alliance for Democracy on Sunday. They will promise fresh leadership and will vow to bring together a party stricken by deep-rooted factional strife. Now, if one of them are elected, they will be beating party member Lee Young, and they will inherit the post from interim leader Moon Hee-sang. The chairmanship has been vacant since their co-leaders Kim Han-gil and Ahn Cheol-soo stepped down back in July. 5 Supreme Council members will also be elected on Sunday, with one of them chosen. They are tasked with leading the party to victory in an upcoming by-election in April and the general election next year. The new leadership was elected through spot polls of party representatives and opinion polls of party members and the general public. And we will have the details later on who actually got to become the new leader for the New Politics Alliance for Democracy. Let's move on to other stories. South Korea and the U.S. are in the final stages of concluding their bilateral civilian nuclear accord. Government sources said Sunday the revised accord will allow Seoul some freedom to reprocess spent nuclear fuel for research and development purposes. This was the most contentious issue for South Korea, which needs the consent of the U.S. when dealing with spent nuclear fuel. Also important for Seoul was securing a stable supply of nuclear fuel and promoting nuclear power plant exports. The two countries have been negotiating for more than 4 years to revise the bilateral accord, which was set to expire last year but was extended to March 2016. North Korea celebrated a special military anniversary earlier than usual this year. Back in 1971, the country's founder Kim Il-sung changed the date of its military foundation day from February 8th to April 25th. It's been that way ever since. But this year, the regime's young leader Kim Jong-un has decided to commemorate the date on February 8th. Many North Korean analysts perceive the move as a way for the reclusive state to make an aggressive statement against the U.S., which has ramped up the pressure with expanded sanctions. On Saturday, the regime's Navy test-fired a new anti-ship cruise missile as well, with their leader Kim Jong-un on site. According to the North's official Korean Central News Agency, Kim called for the production of more tactical guided weapons of high precision and intelligence. South Korea and the U.S. say they will continue their cooperation on tackling North Korea's nuclear program. They plan to execute this plan by pressuring the North to denuclearize. Our Connie Kim reports.
South Korea and the U.S. are seeing eye to eye on how to deal with North Korea's nuclear weapons program and have both expressed concern about the North's advancement of its nuclear capabilities. Seoul's Foreign Minister Yoon Byung-se met his U.S. counterpart John Kerry on the sidelines of a security conference in Germany on Saturday, where they said Pyongyang's nuclear program represents the biggest security threat in Northeast Asia. Minister Yoon said the two countries are working closely together on the issue and will continue to pressure the North to denuclearize. The two senior officials also agreed that this year would be a good time for President Park Geun-hye to visit the U.S. and promised to consult with one another about the timing and agenda of her trip. Minister Yoon also expressed that it's important for neighboring countries to pressure North Korea to make the right decision and relay a consistent message to Pyongyang. Underlining Seoul's efforts for denuclearized North Korea, Minister Yoon is meeting with Russia's foreign minister on Sunday to highlight the need for cooperation between the two Koreas and Russia.
We will discuss specific ways to speed up North Korea's denuclearization process among the 5 nations, including Russia.
The 6-party talks involving the two Koreas, the U.S., China, Japan, and Russia that aim to denuclearize North Korea have been stalled since 2008. Seoul's push to tackle the North Korean nuclear issue is expected to continue during a Korea-China-Japan ministerial meeting scheduled to take place in Seoul next month. Connie Kim, Arirang News.
America's #2 diplomat says a THAAD system could be implemented in South Korea. In his first Twitter Q&A session on Saturday, U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Tony Blinken was asked about China's opposition to deployment of a terminal high-altitude area defense system in South Korea. He replied that deploying the missile defense system is a possibility to be better prepared against North Korea, the greatest source of regional instability. China said Thursday that such a move could undermine the overall interest of bilateral relations between Seoul and Beijing. Chinese experts fear the system would also allow the U.S. military to monitor long-range missile activity deep inside mainland China. Blinken will be in Seoul Monday and Tuesday to discuss North Korea issues and share regional and global priorities. A tax hike should be the last option the government should pursue in order to revive the economy, since it could affect consumer sentiment. This according to the Hyundai Research Institute, which warns that consumer sentiment could increase the government deficit as tax revenue drops. Although Korea's reliance on state bonds remains at 15%, nowhere close to Japan's 43%, the institute says that could change quite quickly. It cited population changes spurred by Korea's low birth rate and rapidly aging society as contributing factors, saying that's what led to the decade-long recession over in Japan during the 1990s. Structural reforms regarded as crucial for reviving the Korean economy may be getting a rough start this year due to fears about tax increases as the government copes with its welfare policies. Our Kim Ji-yeon has more on this story.
The controversy in Korea surrounding welfare and taxes is raising concerns that will put the brakes on structural reforms, seen as necessary for reviving the Korean economy. The reforms were in 4 main sectors, including labor, education, and finance. Initially, the government argued that the next several years were crucial for carrying them out. This amid concerns Korea was going to take the brunt of the blow from its fast-aging society and low birth rate. Local studies indicate Korea's potential growth rate is going to decline, mainly due to labor shortages in the next decade. But it's not just the population changes. Economic indicators from the start of the year are deepening the wrinkles as well. The country's exports were slashed nearly 0.5% in January from the same period last year to $45.4 billion. The number of those employed is estimated at some 450,000 this year, down significantly from last year's 533,000. Also, deflation fears are spreading as the inflation rate increases remained in the 0% range for the second consecutive month in January. Major retailers have seen their sales snap in January from the same period last year. Lotte Mart posted a sales drop of nearly 22%, while E-Mart and Home Plus each posted a drop of 15%. Major department stores, including Hyundai and Shinsegae, also posted a 4 to 6% drop during the same period. The government's year-end tax adjustments are not helping to boost consumer sentiment either. Taxpayers are to receive smaller returns, or they will have to pay more tax this year than in previous years. That's because the government has been running a deficit for 4 years and is trying to meet a campaign pledge made by President Park Geun-hye to boost welfare without raising taxes. Kim Ji-yeon, Arirang News.
Outside of Korea, Shiite Houthi rebels in Yemen have announced they have dissolved the parliament and are forming a transitional administration there. The rebels said they would quickly appoint an interim and inclusive National Assembly led by their representatives after they failed to reach agreement with the country's political factions on a new government. The rivals and the nation's foreign backers have voiced strong objections to the moves. According to Kuwait's official KUNA news agency, the Gulf Cooperation Council accused the Houthi rebels of staging a coup in Yemen. The council called the takeover a threat to the security and stability of the region and the interests of its people. Yemen has been in political limbo since the president and prime minister resigned last month after the Houthis seized the presidential palace. U.S. and coalition airstrikes again pounded Islamic State positions in Iraq and Syria on Saturday, a welcome move for anti-Islamic State forces that have been trying to weaken targets in those areas. Kurdish forces say the frequency and intensity of the airstrikes on Mosul have increased sharply since Tuesday. That's when Islamic State released a video showing Jordanian pilot Muaz al Al-Qasasbeh being burned to death. Jordan, which has promised to avenge Al-Qasasbeh's death, have carried out daily strikes since Thursday, according to the military and state media. And on Saturday, United Arab Emirates announced it is sending a squadron of F-16 fighter jets to Jordan, resuming its participation in U.S.-led airstrikes on Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. And now the weather here in Korea. We're supposed to be entering spring now, but we have some unwelcome wintry weather coming up on Monday. We'll have sub-zero temperatures with the mercury dipping beyond a -11, complete with bone-chilling winds and a light amount of yellow dust in the air. But we can find solace in the fact that we'll have warmer conditions returning on Tuesday. Now let's check out the weather conditions outside of Korea, around the world. And we've ran out of time. That's all from us for now. Thanks for watching, but we'll see you back here at 10 p.m. Korea time with more. And of course, we will have the final detailed confirmation of who has been elected the chairman of the New Politics Alliance for Democracy. Thanks for watching.